So glad you guys are here. Just want to make sure. Hi, Marion. Let's see. Hi, Lynette. Wow, there are a lot of you in here. Hi, John. Hi, Sue. Robin, hello. Hi, Cheryl. Let's see. I don't want to forget anybody. Jeannie, if I haven't said hello, hello to you. Hi, Robin Pennington. So glad you are here. Gail, hello. Hand pink waving. Hi, everyone. I finally made it to a live. Yay, Joan. I'm so glad. Catherine 197. Hello. So glad you guys are here. Well, we have a special live for you guys tonight. I have a special guest, as you read from my post. I have none other than Nicole from Bella Art Day Nicole. And now Mary's Diamonds. Woohoo! I know you guys have a lot of questions about that, and Nicole's going to do her best to answer all of them. I'm sure that she will. We are very excited about this new adventure for her. So I was excited to have her on, number one, because I love Nicole. She and I became dear friends in August, and a lot of you participated in Beat the Heat. We are doing it again this August. We are beating the heat again. Number two, she is just one of the nicest, kindest, most giving people ever. Her company, Bella Art Day Nicole, does event trays for most of the events that you guys know about. And she does that out of the kindness of her heart and donates things. Dakota Thon is no different. She's doing that for us. And I wanted to find out about this new adventure of Mary's Diamond. So we talked and she was like, hey, let's do a live together. And I'm like, yes, I've missed you. Yes, come on, let's go. So without any further ado, I am going to bring her on. Let's bring her on. This is Nicole from Bella Art Day Nicole.
Hi. I have missed you.
I know. I've missed our lives.
Oh, and here's Wicket. There's Wicket. I'm going to say hi. And then Buttercup's over here. She thinks she's getting food.
They all do.
It's a Monday. I was trying to inhale food.
I get it. I get it. So you've been Mondays. Busy. Yeah, you've been busy.
Yeah, doctor's appointments and then normal Monday stuff, and I still got more to do. It never ends. It's fine.
Well, if you could witness the hella mess in my living room, I normally run a pretty tidy, not all the time. I'm not a perfectionist. I'm not neurotic about it, but I normally run a pretty good ship at home, and you cannot walk in my living room.
Oh no.
My craft room clean out is going to kill me. Yeah. It's going to kill me. I went to storage and I was on the phone with Brandy. And she said, well, how many do you think you have? And I counted up what I had already logged in, because I've been logging in the paintings, reuniting them with the drills, putting them in storage bins. Marlon had to buy 2 more storage bins today. From storage alone, that's not counting the 4 bins that I had already filled from my craft room. I had 131 diamond paintings in storage. And I'm going, Hoarders is going to show up at my door any minute. It's happening.
Kids are going to call for an intervention. The boys.
Somebody's going to call it on me. I'm telling you. Oh, hey, goodness. Ricky, glad to see you.
Yeah.
Hey, Dakota Dateweiler's in the house. Hi, Dakota. So glad you are here. That's exciting. Okay, so tell us about what you want to tell us about. If you want to talk about event trays, if you want to talk about Mary's Diamonds, we want to know all the stuff.
All the things. And Jamie might join, so keep a lookout for him.
I sure will.
So Jamie is at his new base, and so he is about 5.5 hours away. 4.5. It's between 4.5 and a 5.5 hour drive away. And so I'm kind of handling everything. Someone says, I want to know how many paintings Nicole has. So there's like, in the new house, there's like a separate little room. They classified it as a bedroom because it has a closet, but it was maybe like a nursery or something. It's like tiny. And so my mom helped us move, and then she set up like those steel, like, whatever you call it. A lot of people have been posting them. They're like shelving and stuff like that. So she's so she helped like put it all together. So I've got like all the diamond paintings on the shelves, and I haven't counted yet. but there's just a few in there. And then now with Mary's diamonds, I'm like, all right, I'm going to be testing and everything. So I'm going to have even more diamond paintings. So yeah, I don't know what the number is. And then I have diamond paintings everywhere. There's a couple here because we're trying out a supplier, and then there's one there, and then I've got like whips back in the background. So yeah, it's just a few.
Oh, well, let me take a sec. Yeah, it's and when you put them all together and really write down what you have, I
Yeah.
mean, and it's taken me on a trip down memory lane, like,
Right? Yeah.
so I found the first DAC Halloween diamond painting with glow in the dark drills.
Oh yeah.
Everybody went nuts. And then I found glowing Christmas, the Christmas tree with the glow in the dark.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's
And
a
then I
popular
was
one.
looking on the drill bags for the packaging. The packaging is so different.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Even like the outside is different now, and then the packaging on the inside. What are the dogs doing? I don't know. They're going nuts. Hopefully that's not driving everyone too nuts. I'll close the door if they are. But yeah, I don't remember what I was talking about.
And then I'm going through paintings going, oh, I have this one. I didn't realize, I have it.
I think I found 2 duplicates because my mom was like, wait, didn't we already label this one? And then I was like, oh crap, we do. So I think there was 2 that we like so there's 2 duplicates. And then, you're kind of going, and I've been diamond painting almost 3 years now. So in March will be 3 years. So your taste changed. And at the beginning, I only liked rounds. Squares like drove me nuts. Like I don't know, they didn't line up right. They take longer. I'm a very impatient person. So I'm like, I want to do the kit. I want to get done. And so, so my tastes have changed, and then I'm looking for more squares than rounds now. So then I'm like, oh, I have all these round kits that I'm never going to do. So destashing is on the list, but very far down on the to-do list.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go to a retreat, and I posted in my retreat chat group today. I'm like, I hope I have a table all to myself for the destash. And people are like, well, someone, gosh, I think it was like a couple of weeks ago, said, well, I'll take any Dakotas you don't want. And I'm like, no, fat chance, that's not happening.
Try again.
That goodbye. And then my mother-in-law, I'm glad Dakota's on here so she can hear this. My mother-in-law came over. We were going out to dinner, and I worked on Eden. I finished Eden. It's at the framers getting framed. She's like, oh, I love that. I want that. And I and no.
I saw your post. You're like, you're not finding
no. That's not.
I know that was one I was looking for, and then I got the very first one, in the deep. What is it?
What lies beneath?
Yeah, so I got that one, and then there's another. I have like 1 or 2 other ones. So it was nice to see. My mom was like pulling them out, and she was like, another Randall Spangler, another Randall Spangler.
That was another shock. I don't know how many Randall Spanglers I have. Thank you, Brandy, my bestie who's on here. She's the enabler. I'm like, I have the reading tree. When did I get that?
Yeah.
When did I get Train of Dreams? I'm like, oh my gosh, how many do I have? Yeah, that's
and funny. Then Hannah Lynn's, like that's another one that's been my favorite for a while. And so it was like, there's like a shelf that's Randall Spangler, a shelf that's Hannah Lynn, and then there's like a section that's Mandy. There's a section that's Dakota. There's a section that's
Micah Jelena. I have a lot of Micah Jelena.
Yeah, I don't have too many. I don't know. Most of them aren't really my style. So I think I have 1 or 2 of them. Yeah. And then
I have a ton of that. And Sherry Baldy. I have a lot of Sherry Baldy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You had those. Yeah. So, it was just nice to like, put them in and everything. But yeah, my mom was like, okay, you're keeping Randall Spangler in business. Randall Spangler, Hannah Lynn, you're keeping them in business.
Exactly. But that's okay. That is okay.
Yeah. And then, so artists for Mary's Diamonds. So we're bringing back.
Wait. So can you back up and like start at the beginning about how all this kind of went down and your decision and all that?
It was really random. So Jamie and I had said we would never start a diamond painting company because it's a lot to find suppliers, find artists, test all the things, all that. And so we had said we would never start a diamond painting company. And I think it was October or November. The owner of Mary's Diamonds reached out to us because I had gotten some promotional kits before in the past and we had talked. And so, he contacted us, and then I think he contacted like 6 or 7 other people in the community about Mary's Diamonds being up for sale. And he put it on a site. I forget what the site is called, but basically it's where you can sell e-commerce. So, because basically it's just e-commerce. So you're just selling the site, you're selling the website, you're selling the name, all those things. And so, he contacted us. And at first I was like, is this spam? Like, what is this? So I was like, did you get hacked? Like, and he was like, no, I'm selling the business. So he is a lawyer in Romania, and he started it in 2019. He wanted to get into an e-commerce business. His girlfriend at the time, Mary, which is where Mary's Diamonds come from, was a diamond painter. And so he looked into it and felt like he wanted to do an e-commerce business for diamond painting. So he did that. And then they broke up, I think like 2 years later. And he thought about changing the name, but he kept it. But, he was just kind of running it by himself. And then he recently, he's got a new girlfriend. And so she's been Maya. So she was helping out with like answering customer service questions and everything. But he was really only giving probably 10 to 15 hours a week to the business. And
I'm sure the new girlfriend was so happy it was called Mary's Diamonds.
I know, right? Like,
poor girl's like, Mary's Diamonds. His ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, like her name is on there, like, Maya customer service, and then Mary's Diamonds is underneath it. Yeah. So he's a lawyer, and he just felt like he wasn't giving enough to it. He, felt like, so in talking with him, he was just like, I know it can go further than it is, but I can't do it. And so that's why he wanted to sell it, was he doesn't have the time. And then he wanted to find someone that could, build it up to be better than it is. And so I think there were a couple of people that put their hats in the ring, like gave an offer, and we gave an offer, and he accepted it. So he's still on for like 90 days, kind of like helping us. And there was like an issue, I guess, with the, Chinese New Year. It was like right after we bought it. And so, it's like, we've just kind of been, so we've been, twiddling our thumbs, and everything. So they, like, I guess the resin drills, they didn't have enough. Then they're on Chinese New Year, so they couldn't make them. And so they're starting to send out the square resin drill kits that were ordered under him. Okay. So like, we've been trying to help, but it's also like, we didn't make any money on it. And we're like trying to, be the go-between and everything like that. So he's supposed to be helping out with that. Oh, Crashly says it's one of my persons. Hi, Crashly.
Hi,
Crashly. Good to see everyone. Sorry for not saying hi. So we purchased it, and, we had to keep it quiet because it was like, I didn't know if it was going to go through. We kind of had, a relationship with Diamond Art Club where they sponsored events and things like that. And so we made them aware, and it was kind of like, we're busy with Bella Arte Nicole, but also the economy is not great right now. So, people aren't purchasing as much, but like, hey, you can't do diamond painting without a diamond painting. And so that's where we're like, all right, he's already got the artist. He's already got the supplier. He had a backup supplier, I think 2 or 3 backup suppliers. So we're trying those out. He's like kind of helping sometimes. So, we give it our all. So we're going to spend way more than 10 to 15 hours on it. And so I know that was a problem before, is people would like try to get a hold of him if there was issues, and they like wouldn't get responses, or would take like a long time to get a response. And so, we want to do better with that. We pride ourselves on answering people pretty quickly for Bella Arte Nicole. We're on all the platforms. So I do have someone, her name is Sam. So she's going to be like our customer service for Mary's Diamond, or for Bella Arte Nicole. And then Tanya, my best friend Tanya, who I met through diamond painting like 2 years ago now. She is helping out with Mary's Diamonds, and then I'm helping out with both. So like, I have someone who's kind of dedicated to do customer service, and then also me on top of it. And then Jamie kind of when he gets time and stuff. So hopefully, we'll be a lot more responsive than the previous owners. but we have to re-sign all the artists because it's all new contracts.
Yeah.
So we have re-signed most of them. There's a couple I'm still waiting to hear back from. We've been like announcing it on social media. Oh, there's Wicked upside down.
Yeah, people are saying, Cynthia saying she remembers emails going unanswered for over a week. So yeah.
So definitely, that's going to be different. And then as far as, so we've got some artists that are coming back. And then we've got 2 new artists. One of our friends does landscapes, and he served 20 years in the military and kind of taught himself. And so he is, so he's going to be one of our landscape artists. We're looking for more because that was kind of lacking. Mary's Diamonds didn't really have landscapes. And then Emma Casey, who's in the community, she is signed with a couple other companies. She reached out to us, and she had a dragon that had butterflies on it. And I was like, yes. This one.
Brandy's perked up right now because she heard dragon. So
yeah,
that's all you gotta say.
It's super cute. We showed it on our live on Saturday. So so it's a dragon and then it has butterflies, and then there's a couple others that we have. So I saw Crashly's question. So we're not rebranding the name right now, only because we bought inventory of like the boxes that were already done and they're branded. And then like, as far as the business stuff, we're like Bella Arte and Nicole doing business as Mary's Diamonds. And so then we'd have to like file new paperwork to do that and stuff. So for now, we're trying to simplify what we can.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that'd be cool if one day, it's Bella's Diamonds or something like that, but we'll probably put somewhere on the canvas because I think a lot of other people, something that other people didn't know was that it's a drop shipping company. Mm-hmm. So it's not made until you order, and then it comes from China. And so I know there was like a lot of complaints on it's taking so long to get my order. And I feel like it's because people didn't know that it was coming from China.
Right.
And so that's what we're trying to really make people aware of is, it's drop shipping. Once you order it, that comes from China and stuff like that. So that's kind of another one that may have not been, because I didn't know that like at first that it was a drop shipping company. So,
right.
So making, people more aware of that. And then,
but does that actually save you on postage too? Because if it's drop ship, I know like Sherry Baldy, Diamond Art Dreams, she has some out of her home that she sends you, and it's all fancy schmancy with all the goodies and the tissue and all that. And then she drop ships some, and you can tell they come directly from China. So it doesn't have all the stuff with it, but you get it faster. So I mean, I can do without the goodies if I get it faster and saving on postage.
Yeah. So, that's something that we're talking about with like the toolkits, because they do the toolkits there. So we're thinking about our little essential trays. I don't have one here, but maybe sending those over there and they can put them in with it.
Like the ones Craftably was using with you?
Yeah. Okay. Those ones. Okay. So we were thinking of doing that. It's like a lot of decisions, because it's like, okay, if you want it to necessarily be US faster shipping, but you have to first wait for them to get here. So, it's either offering a pre-order, which I know some people like got really turned off by pre-orders, but, offering a pre-order where then it's bulk order, get it sent here and then send off from here. That could be a little bit cheaper, or I don't know. It's a lot of kind of decisions to make that, we haven't quite, like, it's not like we didn't have a business plan going into this, and it's not like we didn't know what we were doing, but we're still, trying to see what might be best for everybody. Right. And so, the shipping right now, I think, is calculated into the cost of the canvas. And he did an average. So for some people, it's more expensive. For some people, it's cheaper. So we're thinking of taking it out of there where then it's your shipping. So It's like you're paying your true shipping kind of thing. Right. And so that's something that we're, tossing around. And then also there were a lot of different variations, which I do like the option of square versus round, because I know that there's people on both sides of the fence, not a lot of people in the middle, kind of thing. And so
I'm the weirdo in the middle. I don't care.
In the middle, yeah. I don't know. I'm a little more towards square, but I still like round. So I'm a little bit on that side. So, being able to offer that, but maybe not offer 2 and 3 sizes and the squares and the rounds, kind of
Right.
simplifying that. So finding out what the best size would be and then showing it in both squares and rounds, which is another thing that he didn't do. Is it was all stock photos. It wasn't the renderings. And so
Okay.
that's something that we're making a priority, is to show the renderings, because I myself, when I'm buying a diamond painting, I want to see what it's going to render like before I get it. Because if it's not what you're expecting, then you're going to be upset, kind of
Right.
thing. At least you know what you're expecting. And so that's something. Wicket, really? Your butt. You doing yoga over there? I don't know what.
Well, someone just joined us who is backstage that I think you might be interested in saying hello
Oh.
to. Shall I bring him on?
Yes.
Hi, Jamie.
Hey,
You have to
How
say
are you?
and Jamie.
This is exciting that you're here. I'm excited. Yay.
Good to have you
Hey.
here. Your internet was acting up.
Yeah, it just connected because I didn't have it plugged in.
Oh,
And it
gotcha.
was really cold, apparently, so it took a while to boot up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jamie got back. So he was here taking care of a bunch of stuff last week, and then he went back yesterday, and the pipes froze, so he doesn't have any water. And then he didn't have any propane, so he was just running the other things. So yeah. And then the other thing is we're trying hand rendering. So
Okay.
I
What does
kind of
that
want to
involve?
yeah, so I want to get everyone's opinion that's here. So if we start off with doing the renderings that are computer generated and you can see it, is everyone good with that? And then we can kind of transition some as we get them hand rendered to that, or does everyone just like not want us to open until we get hand rendering? I don't know. Let us know. Brenda says the gang's all back together. I know, and it was always so much fun in August. I look forward to August again, being
I
on the
know,
lives
me
every
too.
week, because that was
Me
just it's a
too.
lot of fun. Jamie's hair is looking extra orange.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the camera settings, but it is
He's
what
a
it is.
redhead, but he's looking a little fiery.
Okay, people say, okay, so first of all, people were giving you names, Bella's Diamonds, or use Bella Art Day Nicole for the paintings because it's art. So
Yes,
I'm seeing
true.
some suggestions here, and I'm sorry for not mentioning that. Hello, I miss Caffeine. I don't even
Hi,
think I've said
guys.
hello to my bestie Brandy. Hi, bestie. I'm good at just seeing a rendering of some kind. I know I will order anyhow. Yes, we
Jamie
will.
Danger.
Yeah, Jamie Danger's in the house.
Yep. Where's
Maybe I can
where's
get.
Mountain Man Marlin?
I know I need to go get Mountain Man Marlin to say hello. So Jamie Danger and Mountain Man Marlin can say hello.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Let's see. Someone says, "Go Gingers." I'm a ginger here.
It's dipping time. That's funny. So yeah, I mean, and we're trying to make it like community where, we're getting input from the community, because I've been diamond painting for 3 years. We have people, on staff, like, Tanya, who's been diamond painting. I have like a group that I can, trust and everything. But it's still like that's only a handful of people. And so we have a Facebook group, Mary's Diamonds, and then I think it says licensed kits after it. And if I can find a
Well,
link.
and that's another thing too, is because of, and I'm just going to say this because I know Nicole and Jamie will not. So I'm just going to be the person that says it because they're not going to brag on themselves. So I'm going to do it. Because of the quality and the integrity that Bella Art Day Nicole has had with your trays and all of your products. And I can tell you right now, in putting my craft room together, I have a full tower tray full of trays and more in a drawer. I mean, that's what I use.
Yeah.
And you know that. But I think because of the quality of your work, your customer service, your integrity, people know you, they're going to trust you with these paintings. They know that you're not going to knowingly, I mean, no diamond painting company is perfect. And I've talked to several small business owners that have started diamond painting companies, Sherry Baldy, Robin of Patty Wax. Nothing's going to be 100% perfect, and no one should expect it to be, because, quality control, we're all human. But I think people know you and know Jamie and know that you are all about quality. And if it's not right, you're going to make it right. So you've already got that trust in the diamond painting community. Hi, Jamie.
Jamie's really trying to fix that. Yeah. And that, because I mean, myself, it took a while to get the Mary's Diamonds painting. They were making upgrades. Recently, he did the resin drills for squares, and that makes a huge difference. Before he didn't have the resin drills. So, we knew that, and I've seen the YouTube videos where people are not pleased, with their diamond paintings and stuff like that. And so that's where we were like hemming and hawing, like, do we really, but we were like, it's going to be, us putting it forward. We're going to do the very best we can. And hopefully the community will trust that we're going to kind of turn it around, because it's not an awful company. I mean, he was money. So he was obviously, it wasn't that he was making $0. Otherwise we would not have bought it.
Well, and it's like I tell everybody, I very rarely ever have a problem with a diamond painting. I just rarely do. Maybe once in a blue moon, run out of drills or just some little thing. And I always say, go to the company. Don't get on social media and start bashing. And I mean, first of all, if you're waiting a while for your diamond painting, we all have enough to do. I promise you, you can look at my living room right now.
Yeah.
I could wait 2 years for a diamond painting that I order, and I'm good.
Yeah.
I am.
Exactly.
But just go to the company, and then if the company blows you off or says, well, too bad, so sad, okay, then you've got something to complain about. But 100% of the time, if I went back to a company and said, hey, I need a bag of 131 drills, oh my gosh, so sorry, I'll send them right out to you. Okay, problem solved.
Yeah. Yeah. And that, all of what you said. I love all of what you said, and that's why, no one's, gonna be dying for diamond paintings right this minute, but we are itching to go get open, but we want to do it right too. And so, because we didn't put a good chunk of change down to buy the business. So we'd like to make that money back, but, we don't want to not have a good quality and then people not come back. We have to kind of make up for the lacking of communication, the, taking forever to get it shipped things. We've got to kind of make up for that. And so, that's kind of why, we want to make the right decisions and get the community input. So it's like, if you're going to do the softest canvas is a 5, and then the best rendering is a 5. If we can only do 4 out of 5 on one of them, which one would you give? And so it's like, okay, I'll, go down on the softness of the canvas. It can be 4 out of 5, and my drove rendering is 5 out of 5. And
I think people appreciate being asked those kinds of things, and it helps give you good information, as well. Crash with Crashly. What did she say? I dare someone to try to bash them. I'll be on them like white on rice, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Oh my gosh, I love you. And that's the thing. I think we're I don't know. Sometimes people are just too quick, to get upset, and too quick to, want an answer right now. And it's like, have a little patience. Like, we've got stuff going on. Have a little patience. We'll get back to you. You are important, but we're also human. We have stuff happening, and that's the other thing, is we're human. So do I always respond the right way? No, like I don't. Like, I'm not a perfect person, and sometimes I'm having a really bad day. And should I have answered that email? Probably not. Jamie's normally that
I don't look very
sounding
human
board.
right now.
Huh?
What?
I don't look very human right now.
No, you're definitely you look like you're in the sun.
As I always said when I was a principal and parents would come in and want things in a specific way, and I couldn't give it to them just because of something going on or happening or whatever, and they'd gripe and complain, and they'd leave, and I would look at my secretary and say, it is not Burger King. They can't have it their way all the time. I'm sorry.
Right. And we know we can't please everyone. I mean, we're going to ask the questions, in the Facebook group. We've been asking questions. Thank you, Cynthia, for sharing, the Facebook groups. So we've been asking the questions on what's more important to you, you kind of thing. We've been sharing the artist. We have a place to send if you want to suggest an artist, but we're also going to try to render the existing artists and like our 2 new artists first before we start reaching out for more. So it's going to be kind of like a stepping stone. So we're going to have the artists that we have the renderings, whatnot, and then get new artists and kind of, but the good thing about drop shipping is that we can offer a wide range of, what did Tanya give?
$125. Oh,
It's Mexican
my
dollars.
God.
It's
That's
Mexican.
Nicole and Jamie take quality very seriously, and they're making everything possible to make Mary's Diamonds the best. Oh my Lord, Tanya.
It's Mexican. You have to convert it. I'm not sure what that converts to, but she's in Mexico. So that's Tanya. You know, and so I guess
Thank you so much, Tanya. Oh my gosh. Okay. So what I'm going to have to do is she's going to have to convert it, and then this is on my channel, so I'm sending you what this is.
You don't have to do that. That's for your channel. That's for your channel.
Sweet.
You know, so so that's the good thing about drop shipping is we can offer a wide range of artwork because we don't have to have it in stock. We don't have to invest in it. And that's the good thing about a drop shipping company is that we don't have to have money tied up in inventory. Yeah. So then we can make more, you know, paintings available because then, you know, you have the options and you can purchase them and then they're made. We don't have to buy the inventory.
Yeah. Well, and
again,
and I
don't sell out. Yes, don't sell out.
Don't sell out. No.
Yeah.
Especially if it's one I want. Don't sell out.
Yeah, don't sell out. The only way to sell out is if like the artist is going somewhere. But all of our contracts are for 2 years. So the artist should be around for 2 years unless something happens, you know, and the artists have joined the Facebook group, you know, they're appreciative that they're like, this is a lot more communication than we were getting, you know, kind of thing. So I'm like, okay, that's good. Like we're on the right track. So Mexican pesos.
Oh, yeah. Someone asked earlier, and I was interested in this too. Are you interested if people maybe have an artist in mind? I know that I think you asked that on the group, if you had artists to send to you.
Yes. So because you sent me one too. So Mary's Diamonds Licensing at gmail.com.
Okay.
So that's the one. I don't know if Tanya or somebody else can put it in there. So Mary's Diamonds Licensing at gmail.com. And we're not currently like actively looking at those because again, we want to get the current artist, get the renderings done, and then we'll start branching out kind of thing. Right. So yeah, so that's where you can put it in.
Eating my chips.
You're eating your chips?
Yeah. I didn't eat any of the food I got. I've been too busy trying to get this to work.
So before you put that,
eat then.
Okay, I'll ask him a question after he puts that in. So, you know, Jamie's gone for 2 years. You know, it sucks, but so this kind of came at about a time where it's like, okay, we could probably handle something else. Mm-hmm. And then we found out he was leaving. So it was like, okay, could we still do this? Because like, all right, you're going to be gone. And the drop shipping gives us the ability to where he can answer questions or he can talk to the supplier, whatever, you know, kind of thing. And so that's helpful. And it gives me more to do.
Yay. Because Nicole, I know you're so bored and need more to do.
So bored. I don't do anything all day long at all.
No.
I definitely about noon. 12 hours a day.
Get your nails done. Yes. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, we're a little bit of a glutton for punishment. You know, we just, you know, keep stacking on. But I mean, that's part of, you know, being a business owner and growing, you know, the business and growing the brand. And it's like, you know, we weren't going to start off at square one. We were never going to buy a diamond painting, you know, start a diamond painting company from the beginning. But This was kind of a unique opportunity that presented itself. And, you know, we did a lot of hemming and hawing and we went back and forth with negotiations and things like that. And then, you know, we decided to do it. So we couldn't do any market research with everybody until it was final. You know, so that's the only reason, you know, someone was like, why didn't you do this before? And it's like, well, I know what people want in general, but we couldn't be like, hey, we're starting a diamond painting company. You know, we're taking one over and it fall through. So.
Well, it was so funny because when you announced it and, you know, it all went public and everything, I thought back and I thought, I remember Nicole sending me a little message a while ago going, what do you know about Mary's Diamonds?
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I haven't purchased one from them, but I only hear good things. That's
Yeah.
all I know.
Yeah. So, so I was kind of getting some feelers out that way without telling people.
Right.
Excuse me,
I was like, that's why she asked that. I thought
Yeah.
that's kind of interesting. Okay, well, maybe she's thinking about buying a diamond painting from them. I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Exactly. And, and we talked to Craftably because Diamond Art Club, we, told them, hey, what, we're in the final phases. We're doing the background checks and stuff like that. So we should be buying a diamond painting company. Just wanted to let you guys know, like, we respect you guys. We appreciate that you've, sponsored events and things like that. And they were appreciative of that. And, they're like, we can't, sponsor events going forward, but we'll keep doing Be the Hero DP along. So we're like, okay, good. Cause we were worried about that. We were like, you're sponsoring like this event. So they were like, we're sponsoring right now. So we'll totally still do that. But they said future events. So we had our Harry Potter DP along. We're going to change it to all things magical. Cause that was
good.
So it encompasses more with that. So that'll be in July, I think. And then we talked to Craftably because we had the little trays that, we co-created, and they were using them and stuff. And we said, hey, this is, an opportunity that's kind of presented itself. What do you guys think? Have you heard good things? Like, what about suppliers? Like things like that. And they were supportive, and they're like, if you have any questions, let us know and stuff like that. So they were probably the only 2 businesses that knew. And then I probably had like Tanya and one other person who who knew, because I didn't want to shoot ourselves in the foot and something fall through. And then like we announced this whole thing and then it's like, well, why did it fall through and stuff? So, we had to wait until then. So now's the chance to do more market research, get more opinions on it, be like, yes, we're the owners. What do you think?
Right.
Kind of thing. So we haven't gotten any feedback that we didn't expect. So, we've gotten some negative feedback, which we knew, so we didn't go into it blind or anything like that. But, it's still a lot of work.
Yeah. But I mean, the fact that you're even asking, people appreciate, people like things. I mean, diamond painters, as a rule, are kind of particular about certain things.
A little bit. Just a tiny bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Maybe we can get the rights to Care Bears.
What?
Rights to Care Bears. Yay!
Oh, that'd be funny.
I'll have to message
I don't know who licenses the Care Bears.
That was like one of my favorites growing up.
Cloud Entertainment is who owns Care Bears.
Okay.
So we're gonna start scaling up. We're gonna have the existing artists. We've got our 2 new artists to our company, to Barry's Diamonds, and then we'll start scaling up from there. And then drills. So it's square resin drills, and they're a lot better. He had, put those in place before we started. So they're a lot better. And then we're trying out different companies, or different suppliers, but it was kind of, put on hold with Chinese New Year. So I'm still waiting for some others because, there's a canvas that is really clear, but then the glue is not that great. And I'm like, well, that's not going to work. And then they were like, well, the sample isn't as good as when we do batches of them. Like, why are you sending me a sample? It's not like, I'm not going to go with you if the sample's not good. So they were like, no, we're going to be back and we're going to be doing batches. So then we can make you one with the batches and then you can see the glow. I'm like, okay, I'll try it again, kind of thing. So we've been, trying out, but we couldn't do anything until we, were sold on it, because he's not the previous owner wasn't going to give away more information than he had, kind of thing. And so we had to wait until then and stuff. That would be
and I think too, sometimes that's where, and I know right now everybody's just excited to see what you've got. And, basically they're like, put up the site, let's get the paintings and all of that. But what people don't see is the background. So you get the image, you get the diamond painting. Well, and I'm just using this as an example, hypothetically, the glue's not where we want it to be. So you have to send it back and they have to redo the glue, send it back to you. Now let's look at the render. So all of these pieces all have to come into play before we get the final product. So
Yeah.
we get these final products and we don't realize the work that's just gone into it. And I mean,
Yeah.
it took me a day. Several of us in Brandy's one, we got to actually go to Craftably. And we sat, and it was when all their pre-orders had come in and they were flooding in. And so they had a 4th of July, like have lunch, come help us, you know, that kind of thing. And it was so fun. We had a great time, great group of people. But I mean, just packing the diamond paintings in the tubes. And I mean, I can't tell you how many times I would put the lid on the tube and go, crap, I forgot the toolkit, or I forgot the ribbon, or I forgot the logbook sticker or whatever. And I thought, these poor people, if they get a defective diamond painting kit, it's my fault. Don't blame Michael and Amy. It's me.
Right.
Like,
yeah. I remember that. That was a lot. Yeah. And someone was saying like drills. So if you're missing drills, it would just come from, so if the supplier sends a kit that is not good, so like if we go with the supplier, they send the kit and the glue's not good, then they will replace it. First, they'll ask for pictures, they'll ask for videos, etc. We do the same thing with Bella Art de Nicole. If someone says, hey, this is defective, we say, hey, can you take a video? A lot of times they're just putting on the tray upside down, like somebody that I know. It's fine. It's fine. So, you know, we, you know, ask for pictures and things like that. So it's kind of the same way, and then they'll send the replacements. And then what was that? The Max tray?
Goes this way.
Yeah. That's Kara's favorite tray. She calls it the bat tray.
The bat tray.
The big awesome tray.
I'm
but
working
yeah,
with this tray.
That's the Thingiverse tray?
Thingiverse tray, yeah.
Thingiverse tray. Yeah.
You can also use it to protect your phone, because this is a giant phone and it fits inside the tray.
It still fits in there. I know it's in there. So, so some people were like, well, what's going to happen with Bella Art de Nicole? Like, don't worry. We've got like the production team in place that, you know, one of my employees is kind of like the manager, and they do the quality control and pulling the orders and packing the orders and doing final sign-offs, labeling. So we've got people that are doing that for Bella Art de Nicole, and then I fill in and I go in and check on everybody and everything. And then we've got Sam, who's answering customer service questions. And so that kind of is Bella Art de Nicole. And then Tanya and I are doing a lot of the Mary's Diamonds. And then Jamie's been helping with like answering emails and talking to the artists and things like that. So, you know, we've got it both covered. You know, we hope that one won't suffer because of the other one. You know, if we have to do other things, then we will. But, you know, I don't sleep very much. So, you know, I can't sleep because of insomnia, and I'm like, I'm actually going to diamond paint, or I'm like doing something, and the suppliers are in China. So they're up, you know, at night is their morning when they're available and stuff like that. So we've been doing, you know, a lot of that. And Carolyn says Jamie and Nicole work good together. And we do, he's more even keel. I'm the hothead, you know, he's very good at just like, you know, focusing. He focuses really on the future, and I focus on the short-term future, you know, so we've got different ideas with that. You know, whenever we have, you know, ideas, people bring us ideas of, you know, products, or it might be Jamie's got in the background the tray tower that he's working on. Is that for the Max tray? Is it?
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, we're always upgrading, making things, you know, people are saying this is like the slick version. What are you doing?
He's trying to get a tray in there without looking. He's doing it blind.
I was like, what is he doing over there? There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. So, you know, he's tweaking that. So we're always, you know, trying to do upgrades and things like that.
It printed weird, but I think it's the printer's broken. So.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm gonna need one of those. I'm gonna need one of those because I have several. I have several bat trays.
Yeah. So, you know, so we, you know, and he's up early in the morning where I'm not, because I'm up late, you know, so he's able to answer some things, you know, in the morning and everything like that. So we work really well together, and you know, it's a lot to do, like a lot, so much, because it's like you're trying one supplier out, and the canvas quality, like rendering, the glue's great, and then the drills are like, this is crap. It's like,
that's what I was trying to say. It's like you get it, and it's like, okay, I love this, don't like this. Can you fix this? And can it all merge together into one quality product?
And the current supplier doesn't offer hand rendering, but another one does. But they're the problem with the glue, so I'm waiting to get that kit back, like that new kit, to see how the glue is, because I'm like, okay, like, because they have like tiers of like how much it costs to render and how many like re-renderings can you request and stuff like that. Jamie only brought one 3D printer with
them. I was going to say, Carolyn has a burning question for Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie's not even paying attention. Are you still looking at Care Bears?
I'm drafting an email.
Oh, okay.
People are talking about the Bella scroll. Just thought I might need a couple of different canvases.
So, I was also working on that while I was there, and we're really close to making it reliably print.
Yeah.
Actually, we have it to where we can reliably print on it. I just need to tweak one of the files because one of the doors was too big.
Yeah.
When it printed,
and then too small.
Yeah. So.
All right, bye, Brandy.
Bye, Brandy.
We'll be in your live in just a minute.
Yeah.
And Brenda, Mama B Diamond Drillin', brings up a very good point. Yes, Jamie and Nicole are both diamond painters. They know they do the craft themselves, so they know what people want in a kit. They do.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The previous owner, after he broke up with his girlfriend after 2 years, then Jamie's like, I'm more Legos. He brought his diamond paintings though. He has his 2 Deborah Malcolms there with him, so he's gonna have to work on them at some point. But and that was the big difference, is the previous owner didn't diamond paint, and so he
would send stuff out to other people. And
wait for them to test it and stuff. Whereas we can just get it, test it, know what is good and not good about it. So it's going to be a little bit of a quicker process than if someone had bought Mary's Diamonds and didn't diamond paint. For sure.
Okay, so not to put you on the spot, and you can just give us a ballpark, just no promises, whatever. Do we know when you're going to start, or just you'd rather not answer that right now and I'll shut up?
I wish we even knew.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're trying to make the decision on what's important to have to open. You know,
we're not trying to just make money as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Although that'd be nice.
Yeah.
we want the best quality thing out the door.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you want to open right. I understand.
Yeah.
We're just all excited. I'm like, yay.
I know. We were like maybe February, but then we're like trying to get, the hand rendering, happening. So we need to see if that's like a actual good timeline, because if it's going to take 6 months, well, then that's, DAC started off and they didn't have hand rendering, they just had computer generated kits. They were making kits that were too small for what the pictures, looks like that Rapunzel one that I have, and so we're trying to get the sizes right. And then it's like, okay, what would the timeline be with hand rendering? And if it's going to be too long, then we won't do that. We'll transition into it. But if it won't take too long. Hi, Orion.
Now, are there pros and cons to computer generated versus hand rendering?
So computer generated usually results in a lot of confetti.
Okay.
So there's a lot of just all the colors are in the section. It doesn't balance it out very well, but we've paid for a program called Wind Stitch, and Tanya and I have been playing around with it.
Don't give away the trade secrets.
Huh?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, don't give away secrets. So we've, Wind Stitch. So we've been using that to try to render and then play around with it and change the colors and things like that. But there's just so much when you zoom in on the picture to where it's okay, there's a bunch of black drills all over here. So then what color are we going to replace it with? And then, okay, her hair's this, but it could be a little smoother, so it's definitely, it takes a lot.
Yeah.
It takes a lot. And so that's the main thing with doing the hand rendering is then you can get rid of some of the confetti spots. Some confetti is needed. It really, brings up the definition of the diamond painting when you look far away. But I know that there's a lot of people that, get just straight straight computer generated, and there's just confetti everywhere, kind of thing.
And so confetti versus color blocking is the same as squares and rounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it, hate it, whatever. You can't.
Yeah. We put a poll up. I can't remember what poll, but we were like, do you like confetti or do you like, just color blocking? I can't remember what it is. Is your Facebook group or Facebook business page the best way for us to inform? So we're trying to keep them separate, but also like relay the big information on all platforms. So like there's 2 Instagram pages. There's Bella Art and a Mary's Diamonds. There's 2 TikToks. There's 2 Facebook pages. There's 2 Facebook groups. And I think the YouTube is the only one that there's like 1. And I think there's a Pinterest too for Mary's Diamonds. That one too. So it's a lot of different social media platforms, but whenever we're announcing artists, we've been announcing it on all the platforms. When the supplier let the previous owner know there was a delay in the square kits, we let everyone know on all the platforms, so we're trying to, and the website is definitely a work in progress because we didn't want to just shut down the website, but we've taken off like the artists that we know aren't returning. There's still everything that's on there still has pricing. That's going to change. We're going to start changing, the amount of pictures that we can offer is a lot more, kind of thing. So we need to get that up. So
people are really appreciating the updates and the communication. They're seeing a difference. So
awesome. So, and that's it, and that's the thing, there weren't updates before, anything. And I think he moved to like the sticker sheet. So it now has the sticker sheet instead of the other one, but he never announced it. So like people didn't know like upgrades that he was doing. And I'm like, did you tell anybody about this? And he was like, oh yeah, I meant to post it. I'm like, this is kind of important here. Like, so, and it's different because if you do drop shipping, the sticker sheets aren't pre-cut, but if you do bulk orders, then they are pre-cut. But they won't mix the two, and it's like it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but okay. And then if you want like glow in the dark drills, crystals and stuff like that, you have to do a bulk order. They won't do it on drop shipping. So
there's a lot to consider.
There's a lot to consider, and the special drills are fine, except for when they're a pain in the butt to try to pick up. Like ABs drive me nuts. By the way, if you've never seen my video, you can use water to pick up AB drills that you just have. If you just have like a little cup of water and you stick your multi-place or whatever in it, you can pick up the AB drills a lot easier.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, someone shared it and I forget. And it's really,
Okay.
Why did you keep the name Mary's Diamonds versus having your business name? So you're probably a little late to the game, Debbie. We talked about it earlier. You're fine. So, we already had the boxes, the branded boxes. That was part of our purchase. And so we don't want them to go to waste. And then also like we had to doing business as Mary's Diamonds in order to take over all of the Mary's Diamonds, like domain, take over the name and stuff like that. And so now if we're going to change it again, we have to do the doing business as if we're going to name it Bella's Diamonds and then do all the paperwork again. And, the artists, we wanted to get them signed. And so we needed to do it under the Mary's, like the doing business as Mary's Diamonds. And so now if we change it, I think we have to redo it, but maybe not. I've talked to the lawyer about that. But so, we'd like to make money back, make the money back. We paid for the lawyers to do contracts, make sure it's right. They're not cheap at all to do. It's like $300 an hour to do contracts. Like it's a lot. So, we've got that plus, buying the business and then, all the extra things. And so it's a little bit, we're in the hole on Mary's Diamonds, but then we have to like keep them separate too, because they're separate books.
Right.
So you have to like keep them separate. And so, we're using QuickBooks and keeping them separate, kind of thing. So huge legal. Yeah.
I feel like you're being so smart to keep everything simple, keep the name for now. And then once you get into it and get going, then if you want to, and once everybody gets, okay, Mary's Diamonds, that's Bella Art de Nicole.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if you wanted to change the name maybe later, then people would make that change a lot more easily.
Yeah, the connection. Yeah. So huge legal cost to change your name. Yeah, it's not cheap. That was more, expenses to do the doing business as and do all that stuff. And then you're fine. You're fine, Debbie. I just figured you were a little late.
And we would have to buy a whole new domain for the website as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta buy a whole new domain.
Not even be available.
And like trademarking, we're in the process of doing that, trademarking the names and stuff like that. So it's just, it's a lot of things, but we're, but Tanya and I've been having fun, and, we've been like picking out artwork, and we're trying to get like a broad, from the previous, offers, we're looking at their whole portfolio and trying to, pick different things and try to, and that's the good thing about the drop shipping and not having to buy the diamond paintings and have it in inventory, is we can offer all of these images. We just have to render them, but we can offer them, and then people can purchase them. So
and that must be, I mean, if I, I'm thinking about it. So I'm, okay, I'm the owner of this diamond painting company. Well, some people like dragons. Some people like flowers. Some people like cats. Some people like
cats on dragons with flowers.
Cats on dragons. Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Lambicorns, whatever. Some people like dark art. Some people don't. I mean, it's like, wow,
exactly.
That's a lot to think about.
So we knew, landscapes were important, and we had our friend, I really should bring his painting in to have behind me, but, we bought a painting from him, and, we're supporting him. And then we were like, hey, we're going to do this. Would you be interested in turning your artwork into, diamond paintings and stuff? And so we knew we needed landscapes. And so we were like, great, we know someone. So, that's where we're starting with. So we're trying to fill in those gaps, because that was some of the other feedback was, it's a lot of just the girls, and big-eyed girls and things like that. There's not other things. And so that's what we're trying to, do a little bit differently too. So
well, that's good that there's a variety.
Yeah. So that's Russell's the same for when divorced. The legal costs are not cheap. I know there was something the other day, and I was like, Jamie, are we gonna get divorced? And he's like, no, that's too expensive.
You're stuck with me. I'm not paying for a divorce. Yes.
No, I'm not paying for a divorce. Like, that's too expensive.
We're already paying lawyers enough. Oh my God.
Exactly. And then as of today, we have some overstock of our diamond painting trays. So we did actually put them on Etsy today, because I know there's a lot of people who, are on Etsy. They can get them a little easier from the UK and stuff like that. So we did have overprints. So our Etsy store is more active than it typically is. And we're going to kind of do that a little bit. Like, if that's the artwork.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So that's the one that we purchased from him. And that's one of the first ones we're going to turn into diamond painting. So yeah. So, and then tomorrow's our tray release. I forgot to bring the colors with me. We also have the Dakota Thon tray that I forgot. So we have that.
And I mean, the event trays, don't they mostly look like, aren't they the Thingiverse trays?
Or the 3 dividers?
3 divider trays.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have those divider trays like this. So BP along. So
yeah. I just got my blinging in the new year one. So yeah.
Yeah. So, and then it has like 3 spots in here. So yeah.
Okay. Just so you guys know, before we go, Bella Art de Nicole is doing the event trays for Dakota Thon. So you can go to the Bella Art de Nicole site to get your event tray. They are also donating some for giveaways, but if you're like me and want a sure thing, I'm going to the site and getting my tray. Number 1, because I know I can't win, and number 2, I want one. So
yeah,
it's a really pretty color too.
Oh,
and exclusive color.
Huh?
It's a really pretty color too.
It is.
And an exclusive color, right?
And we haven't offered it yet.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, so we haven't offered it. So it's really pretty. But yeah, so we have our tray release tomorrow on our website. We've got Etsy for like if people need to purchase from there. We've just got overprints. It's whatever's in stock. So it's just overprints.
Melanie, they're not the event trays for Dakota Thon. I don't think they're available right now. They're just starting to print a few of them. But give it some time. The event, remember, is not until April, so it'll be coming up.
Yeah, so we'll be able to show you guys soon, but I don't know that we need to like start printing them till probably like March.
Yeah,
like
a month. We only have one spool, so the rest of the spools are on order.
Yeah. That was the other thing. We had to order more.
And what I'll do is I've been talking with Nicole, and I've of course ordered my tray already.
Yes.
So she'll mail me one, and I'll be able to show it on my channel, so you'll know what they'll look like. So
yeah. So it's a really pretty blue color.
Yay!
Because that was like her first painting that was, released was the, what lies beneath and stuff. So we're like, we've got to do like a watercolor. So yeah, it's really pretty. It's shiny.
Lots of blues. Well, most of her work does, it's got a lot of blue in it. So that'll be really pretty.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Thank you for, having us on to talk about Mary's Diamonds. I know we were talking about it and you're like, people may not know. And I was like, well, we can just talk about it on your live. And
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, because I know, people are excited for it. People have talked about it. I mean, when I first mentioned it, they're like, Kara, they bought the company. Did you? And I'm like, I didn't know. Sorry. I know something about Mary's Diamonds and Bella Arde Nicole. Are they merging? No,
I know.
They bought the company.
Everyone was like, they're working together. And I was like, no, we bought them.
No, people corrected me. So I figured, like me, people probably had a lot of questions. So I was happy to have you guys on here because I know people have been talking about it and are very excited. So we're excited for you. And we are here. And oh my gosh, it was so good to have you guys on. I've missed you.
No, I don't know what the dogs have been nuts. We're not here to control them. So they're nuts. He's normally like, if they bark while we're on the live, he goes and grabs them and stuff. So they were barking earlier and then they've been running around and she's angry about something. I don't know.
All right. Well, I am going to jump.
I'm
going to jump off of here because we got to get to Brandy's live and I don't want to go over her live, but thank you. I mean, come back anytime. Like I said, like I've been telling Nicole, I miss you. I can't wait till August to see you guys. I miss you guys.
It's been good. And I get to see Jamie because I haven't seen his face.
Yay! We're excited for this new adventure and we're here for you and are ready to support you guys and just excited. And
like it's definitely meant a lot to us that the community has been supportive and is like, yes, when you open, we will try again. Like I was never going to try Mary's Diamonds again, but I will try because you own it. So we really appreciate that.
And like I said, that is your integrity and that is your customer service and the quality that you put out and people know that. So, and thank you again for all that you do for the community and your trays and doing what you do. We very much appreciate it.
Yep. We love you guys.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Jamie. Bye, Nicole. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.